Hello, Paul. This is Caleb. Chris told me to give you a call about your house.
Yeah.
Um, can so he told me that you were interested in selling, but it wasn't a situation where he could be your buyer. But it's possible that I can, or that I can override his price, or something like that. Is now a decent time to talk?
I'm a
Okay.
little confused about who I'm talking to, or
Oh,
because
okay. So
I'm
my buddy said
so
he was
many
making an
different
offer.
people.
Let's see. I'm looking at my notes here. He said he offered $250,000 for the house, and that just wouldn't work for you. And that's
And
about.
this is the people that came yesterday.
I'm pretty sure my guy only goes by phone, so nobody visited. Is this listed
There's
for
a
rent
couple.
too?
Yes, it is through
Okay,
a real estate company.
yeah. So I'm looking as an off-market buyer, not a renter. He told me you wanted to sell the house
Okay,
but still live in it.
that's kind of what I'm thinking would be ideal, I guess, for a while.
Sure. Okay. Well, I'm all about helping out and buying houses. So how can I help? What would you like to see? Can you tell me where you like things to be? Or,
Well, Willow said, I guess 290, 290,000.
hmm
I'm at what, about 324 or something like that. Um, Deed or loan. I owe on loan yet. I guess mortgage is what you call it. And I just a couple years ago put on solar panels about $30,000 worth,
Ooh, yeah.
and
Okay.
but they're paid off
Oh,
in the
wow.
mortgage.
Okay, that's cool. I guess I need a little more information before I can make an offer. I mean, as far as the cash price goes, I think Chris was where he needed to be at 250, and that's not going to work for you. So, um, I can make a different offer if I understand what's going on. Can you tell me why you're interested in selling?
Well, I'm wanting to get uh, something all on one level, you know.
Okay.
Um, I found out this past year that I don't like climbing up the front steps, get into raised rent.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. What sort of timeline are you on looking for something like that?
I really don't have a timeline.
Just
I
waiting
need
for
to
the right
find
deal?
something else.
Yep.
Well, right deal. Find something out there that would be. Right now, I'm living in the basement of it, and the upstairs is vacant for rental. 2,200 square feet up, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, sunroom, great room,
Yeah,
got a pot, you know.
that's pretty great. Um, so if you're looking to buy another house, what money are you buying that house with? From the sale of this one?
Well, depends, I guess. I guess I wouldn't have to sell this to buy another one, but I
Okay.
need I need to get rid of this payment and stuff to make it feasible
So you can
or
qualify for a loan?
make it comfortable. Put it that way.
Yeah. So that you can qualify for the loan, or just so that your total monthly payments aren't that high?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I don't know. I've got too many ideas. I'm not zeroed in on which one to use here. I am interested in buying the property. I love 4 and 5 bed houses. They're pretty versatile. They rent pretty well. They get great short-term rental rates for me. You're not in a rush. You're looking for the
What
right deal.
what 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 would it be like to buy the house, rent the outside up, and rent the bottom to me and my son for a while?
Yeah, I wouldn't have any problem with that. So, but here's what I do. I forgot to introduce what I do. Sorry, I'm the creative finance guy. So when somebody makes a cash offer that doesn't work, they call me and they say, "Hey, I've got one for you. Give this person a call and see if there's anything we can do from a creative perspective to help them by, like by buying their house. They're trying to sell it, and so I call, and sometimes somebody's situation dictates that, like there was a family that was required legally to sell the house, and they wanted to stay in it. And so what I did was they gave it to me at a discount, and I then rented it back to them with an agreement to sell it back to them at a discount within the next 5 years. And that's up to them when they want to do that. All right. So that's just one thing that I did. So if you want to stay in the property, that's not something I'm against at all. But I have to find the financing for that. I try not to put very much cash into a deal so that I can buy more houses. You got any ideas there?
Well, like I said, I think it's about 230 I owe, and I figure I got 30,000 cash in the solar panels on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that would make it about 270 that to break even for me.
Okay, makes sense. Would you let me make payments?
How would that be?
So I'm asking a really broad question because there's so many possibilities, right? If you want to live there, I can make payments to you, and you can make payments to me, or we can do credits in one direction or the other, or any variety of things. I'm just looking to see if you're open to the idea, because usually, if somebody asks me to bring all cash, I'm not the buyer. Or even to go to a bank and get a traditional loan, I'm probably still not the buyer. I'm reserving my credit for a refinance that I've got to do on a flip house that I'm working on, and I can't be taking out another loan right now with a bank.
I don't know. I'd have to see all the options.
Okay. What so you said you would like to get rid of this payment, and that you wouldn't necessarily have to sell this house to go buy the next one whenever that deal came up. What if I just started paying your loan and making a payment to you, and then you're free to shop around and go buy the next house? So here's I say that because here's what I do. I get into a house and I set it up as a rental, or like a long or short-term rental. And then after like 12 to 18 months, I can take it to a bank and say, hey, I already own this property, refinance me. And so I do that for property owners who are looking to get out of a house, but they're not in a hurry. Then they'll let me take over their payments, and then I'd go to the bank and refinance them not very long after, and then they get their full cash lump sum when the bank brings financing for me.
I don't really follow that, how that works, but
Oh,
interesting in looking at it, see what it's all is.
have you ever known anybody who didn't need a car anymore, but they still had car payments and they wanted to sell it?
Not really.
Oh, stink. Okay, well, one of my real estate buddies knows a guy who did he sold a car that still had financing on it, and the buyer just took over the payments. He gave him some cash for what he'd already paid on the I think it was a truck. He gave him some cash, and then just took over the payments because the guy didn't need the car anymore, the truck. So it's kind of like that, except a year or two down the line, I go to a bank and ask them to refinance me, so it's my loan that I'm paying and not yours. And then they'll pay off your loan and give you the rest of the cash that I haven't paid yet. I'm probably not explaining this very well.
I mean, I'm not following it too well yet.
I'll take the blame for that.
I guess if it was spelled out in a contract or something like that.
Yeah, I've got contracts for all the different creative options we've got. So let's say this: what if you continue living in the basement, and I start making your bank loan payment for you, and I make a payment to you for the equity that you've got in the house. I just start making monthly payments to you you're my bank, and so is your bank. So I'm making 2 payments for the house, one to you, one to the other bank. And that's how I start taking ownership of the property.
Man, it's all spelled out, I guess, in a contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably run it by a lawyer, make sure
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
doing things right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess that's possible.
Okay. What's this thing listed for rent on the top side?
Well, it's about $14.95 right now.
Okay.
It was listed for $17.95, but they had it for a month and a half, and nothing came of it. So we dropped the mortgage rent down.
Yeah, it's tough to get good renters in the winter. Good prices, I mean.
Well, that's why I went with the property management, because I don't know how to check out the
Yep.
people and everything, and the technical part. You have to try to evict them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, I rented it to a family and lived in the basement for a couple of years that way until they moved out and went to Hawaii, I guess. He got a job over there or something. So it did work out good that way. But after they left, I ran across a girl that I let move in with me up until about last November, or a year ago November. She decided to go out to Colorado and live by her brother and son. That's why I moved back downstairs and
Mm.
got the upstairs ready. Yeah,
Is the upstairs empty or is it furnished?
it's empty.
Okay. Okay.
I guess I could put some stuff up there, but I brought it all downstairs and everything. So I don't know. Some company did a walkthrough video
Yeah, what'd they offer?
on it. I don't know, either 250, 270, someplace in there. But
Mm.
then I think they took out $5,000 out of whatever they was offering for, I guess, legal work or something like that.
Oh yeah, they'll charge a ton of money for paperwork, and they'll just nickel and dime you to death on the price.
So I don't know if that was a offer pad or something like that.
OfferPad, Open Door, Zillow, iBuyer. There's quite a few of them that do that.
Yeah.
They sling a high number, then they do a walkthrough, then they knock a bunch off, and then they show you the paperwork fees, and they knock a bunch more off. But they wait
Yeah.
till you get close to closing date, where hopefully you're already set to move, and you can't not sell to them.
Well,
So luckily, you're not stuck in that position.
yeah. Well, their offer was way off to begin with at 50,000
Yeah.
or 250,000. I guess 250,000.
Well, so what price do you want to sell it to me for?
Well, I'd like to recoup my solar panels.
Yeah.
So that's 30-some thousand on top of what I owe.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what would that bring it to.
You don't want any lunch money on top of that?
Oh yeah, I'd like a lot of lunch and
Yeah.
dinner lunch.
I was gonna say I'll take you out to Oklahoma Joe's or some steakhouse. We'll do a deal together. You know, one of my real estate buddies, he actually wrote in a contract just to prove that you could do it. He wrote that the seller of the property, has to take him and his wife out to dinner every time he's in Atlanta. It was like $1 million house. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal to take somebody out to dinner for a sale like that. But it's just funny. He just proved that you can put anything in a contract. So, you know, if you want lunch money, let's figure out what needs to go in that contract. So you're telling me I'm at what, 270, 275? Where do I need to be so I can go run my math and come back to you with a realistic offer?
Let's say 280.
Okay. What's the house payment look like?
Right at 1,500. It's about 1,497 or something like that.
Oh, including taxes and insurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a paper around here, but I don't know where it's at right now. That would tell me all that.
Okay. And then if I still have you living in the basement, is that like a rent-free situation, or are you looking to pay rent while you're there, or how's that work out?
Well, if I don't have to pay house payments, I guess I can pay some rent.
Fair enough. What sounds fair to
You
you?
know.
I'm not real pushy on numbers. They either work or they don't work. So if you tell me where you need to be, I can tell you once I add it all up.
I don't know. Around $1,000, I guess. Might be fair since it's downstairs and not as much room and stuff.
I missed the number. What'd you say?
$1,000 probably
Okay.
because it is upstairs. It is 2,200 square feet,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going for about 1,500. So, and downstairs would be only about 1,500 or less than that because a couple garages out of it.
What do you got? A bedroom in the basement?
Yeah, it's not qualified as a bedroom.
Yeah.
But
No exit window or something like that.
yeah, no exit rent window, not large enough. Put it that way.
Yeah. I know how that goes. I just finished my basement. I live in Baser, Kansas, like west of the racetrack. Just added a
Uh-huh.
fourth bedroom, but we're on a slope, so the back half of the house has a big enough window to get through for a bedroom. So I put a closet in and put some flooring down.
Well, that adds to the property
Sure does,
and
especially since we're
everything.
about to have a fourth kid. Good grief, I don't have enough bedrooms.
You you need to just move back here and
You know
fix
what?
my upstairs.
You know what? That's right. The only thing that I have against that is I live right next to my in-laws and we have some land and it's pretty fantastic to just be able to walk over there or drop the kids off or tell the kids to go walk over.
Yeah,
So I got to fight to make this
yeah,
place fit the family.
yeah. That's a pretty good option where you got
Yeah.
neighbors that you can leave your kids with and stuff like that, or family
Yep.
that way.
Besides that, I got a shooting range in the backyard that I like. I'm pretty partial to.
Yeah. You see any deer walk across that shooting range?
I don't see deer very often, although I did shoot a coyote 2 or 3 weeks ago. One of my kids woke me up and
Oh,
told me there's two coyotes in the backfield, and I ran downstairs, grabbed my 308, popped open one of the kids' bedroom windows, and said, "Plug your ears." But I was using
uh,
Full Metal Jacket, so I hit him twice. Once hit him right right on the back of the ribs, and he started running, and the second shot hit him in the shoulder blades.
be kind of hard to hit one moving.
I don't know. He was about 60 yards away, running straight crossways, so it was not bad. And I'm using a 308, so velocity's there. I really don't have to lead very much.
Mm, yeah, that's good.
Well, anyway, um, I'm looking at this. I'm trying to figure out what we can do. If you're open to me making payments to you, I can put together an offer, like a full price offer.
Well, I'd have to. I'm open, but I have to see the paperwork and make sure how it works and stuff.
Absolutely.
You're making payments to me for what?
The difference of between your, let me do that math real quick, just so we have a number to talk about. So we're talking what, 275 sale price, or
Yeah,
okay, minus 230 what of a loan? 232.
someplace in there.
Okay, so that's
I
that's
could,
that's
I could do
$43,000
it.
of equity right there. So I would be making payments to you on that $43,000, and you can give me a deadline. Some people do. They say I want it all paid by such and such date, and it's usually, some people want 1 year, which probably wouldn't work here, but 1, 3, 5, or 7 years.
Yeah.
And that's how that works. You're basically, it's, like some people will pull out a second mortgage on a house and they've got 2 loan payments. That's basically it.
Basically, I'm trying to thumb through some paperwork here to see where that is. My loan. I've been shuffling papers around too much. I can't lay my hands on it right offhand. And did you go from 280 to 275 real fast on me?
No, what was the number? That's why I asked you what number you wanted to be at, because I didn't write it down. We can make it whatever number you need.
I think I said 280.
Okay, that puts your equity at 48,000. I should write stuff down. I apologize.
Well, like I said, we need it down on paper so we can go over it, both of us, and you know more about it. Let's see here. Like I said, Willow Homes appraised it way up there, and I think they was saying that the house was. Oh, wait a minute here. SE Mortgage, speak to loan officer, rate 0% advance. They got a $291,000 Z-Mate home value is Willow trademark value.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Zestimate.
That's what they estimate that the market value would be to sell it. Yes, that's all. I thought they also said it was worth more than that, up in $300 and something thousand. So I guess the market price should be about 291 or off by Willow's estimate on the market. But I guess what was I saying, 280?
Well, I mean, we're not locked into anything yet. Whatever's appropriate is appropriate.
I don't know if he could. They had some walkthroughs. Do you want to do walkthrough or something like that? I don't know if we can get a walkthrough that they already did or not.
No, I mean, I looked online and saw some photos like from the rental listing. It looks like it's got older carpet, but everything else looks pretty clean, right?
Yeah.
Like the honey oak cabinets, hardwood floors, older carpet. I mean, if I bought the house, I'd be doing a refresh on flooring, paint, and maybe some bathroom vanities or something. I don't know what kind of countertops those are. Those countertops look fine for a rental.
You planning on renting it out then?
Yeah, that's my normal route, is to rent stuff out. I also look at Airbnb to see if it's something that can do very well as a short-term rental. But I try not to go after anything that doesn't perform well for both options, in case one of those goes bad on me.
Well, I don't know how that B&B works. I just heard that here, I guess this past year and all.
What are you, on the stairs?
No, I'm trying to thumb through paperwork here.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I see a ship. Here is a mortgage loan paper. I can give you the correct stuff here. Let's see. This is dated 9/02.
Okay.
At that time, 9/02, yes, I owed $233,423.30. I got an interest rate of 2.375.
2.375.
Yeah. It's a VA loan.
Yeah.
30-year. Principal payment is $473.50. Interest is $461.93. 8, and escrow is $549.49. So my total monthly payment, I guess, is $1,484.97.
Wow, that's a lot of really good information, and I did write it down.
I don't know how you wrote it down that fast.
Oh, I'm typing.
Okay, I guess, let's see, principal.
Well, I can
What,
use that
year
information
to
and
date?
figure out I can figure out all the loan schedule from that information.
Okay, on this past payment breakdown.
Hmm.
I don't know, like the principal at 472.46, paid to date was 5,692.88.
Yeah.
And I guess that's for up till 9 months. You want any more of that information, like interest?
No, I'm
4,000 and
it's going to be I can figure out the whole schedule from the information you just gave me.
I guess right now
It'll take me a minute.
For taxes and insurance for up to date, up to the 9/2, I guess, is $4,809.41.
Hmm.
But taxes is going to be going up next year because I think Jackson County every odd year they raise taxes.
Oh, that's funny. I see that. Yeah. I'm looking at public record. I see how it stays the same for 2 years and then it goes up.
Yeah, and I think, did it go up this year or is it going to go up next year? I think the odd years they raise, they
So
evaluate
in 2019 it was 4,027, and then in 2020 it went up to 4,165. 2021 was also 4,165. So next year, 2022, is when the updated bill will hit.
Okay,
so I should probably just budget $4,250 for taxes on my spreadsheet for the year.
Well, right now I think they got taxes well, this is taxes and insurance.
Yeah.
As September, they got $4,809.41 in there. And
Yep. Okay.
Well, my it's United Wholesale Mortgage Place, UWM.
Okay.
The mortgage company.
Okay. Yeah, it says again. I'm looking on public record because all the stuff, most of the major outer details are recorded. You got the loan from A1 Mortgage, which means they sold it to United Wholesale Mortgage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I kind of got funded there because I think I understood my mortgage payment was going to be $900 and something. Well, it turned out quite a bit more than that. I think that's what they told me what it was going to go down to payment wise, principal, I think. And so that's what I thought my payment was going to be, and it surprised me a year or so later that it's up there in 14 something.
Ouch. Yeah. That stinks.
But that's not reading every single page that they had.
Yeah.
It just showed me what the principle would have been, not everything. But that's my own fault there. That's why I say I need to look over the paperwork and stuff.
Oh,
Maybe
absolutely.
have somebody
In fact, if you have
go
an
over.
attorney, yeah, and I can actually, if you have an attorney you like, then I can send over just a draft straight to them and say, hey, make this look how you want it, because this is generally what we want to do, and you make it so it's safe for Paul.
Yeah, I'd the last attorney I have in 2013, my wife divorced me, and I've got this lady lawyer. Had a friend of mine that's a lawyer that does just medical type claims and stuff.
Mhm.
Referred me to this lawyer, where she sold me out in court. Now I'm paying $1,000 maintenance fee that I shouldn't be paying. But
What kind of lawyer does that?
what kind of lawyer does that? A lady lawyer and another together. My lawyer took the side of my ex-wife lawyers, and so I don't know. It's way underwater now,
Yeah.
but I'm still paying $1 a month.
Oh my goodness.
What support payment, I guess. Even though she was living with the boyfriend at that time. So I'm got a little sour taste in my mouth all about that.
Yeah. So you're telling me you don't have a preferred lawyer yet?
No, not that.
Okay.
I need to find somebody that's a good man that would stick up for men.
Understood. Okay. Well, what do you want me to do next here?
Next year?
No. In this situation, in our conversation here, what's the next step? I've got some information. I got to go crunch some numbers, but what would you like me to do next?
I guess get it all down on paper and send it out and see if it's feasible.
Okay.
Probably would prefer, kind of like you said, you take over the payment of the house payment, and let's see, is that a wash if you rent out the bottom to me?
Yeah, we can make
Not
that a
quite
term.
a wash.
Oh, no, it's not a wash. Well, I would imagine that you would also, now, my preference is to not give you a down payment, obviously, but I would imagine you would want some cash up front too.
Well, yeah, it's always nice. I guess it depends on the terms, how all the terms was wrote and everything, and
Yeah.
then I need to go probably a financial advisor and see if what they think. Oh, I do have a tax accountant that
There you go. Yeah, so since this is
help.
this being your primary residence, you're not going to pay capital gains tax on any profits you make from this house, unless you've lived there for less than 2 years. But you've had the property for longer than that.
33 years, maybe.
Yeah.
It's been about 85.
Yeah. So when you sell this, there's going to be no capital gains tax that hits you or anything like that. What do you want to meet up for lunch? I'm working on a rehab house in Kansas City, Missouri, inside the 435 loop. You're a good ways outside of there, but it's about 30 minutes away from where you are.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking about maybe talking to my tax people and see what they have to say about that.
Okay.
I got an appointment in February for doing my taxes for next year, but I guess if you could send me a proposal, I could run it by them and see what they think
Okay.
and get back with you.
Okay, that's fine. My only request is that a lot of stuff gets lost in translation when we have a conversation, and then it just gets to like a page that somebody prints off or an email or something like that. It loses all the context, and so some people, instead of asking questions, they just make assumptions or knock deals off because they think it's a bad idea. So I would just like the
Well,
opportunity to discuss the whole thing when we get to that stage.
well, put your name and number at the bottom of the pages or something. So
Okay.
if we have to, call you back and run it by you.
Okay. I'm
So
sure I
far, it's
forgot.
been nice talking.
Well, thank you. You too. I'm sure I forgot to ask you something, and I might have to call you back at some point, but I'm going to go start doing my little nerdy number crunching and spreadsheets and all that stuff.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You can kind of email me something.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I don't have your email address. Got it. Okay. I'll write something up and send it over to you.
Okay, sounds wonderful.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Merry Christmas.
You too. Bye.
Okay. Bye.